She is the queen of the screen, the embodiment of that very Eastern beauty that drives millions crazy. He is the heir to the Sabancı Empire, one of the most enviable bachelors in Turkey, whose life has always resembled a Hollywood blockbuster with yachts, private jets, and endless shine.
Subscribe to our channel to always stay in the loop with the most fascinating content. And now, let's get started.
Their 3-year romance seemed like a fairy tale that everyone wanted to believe in. Joint trips to Paris and the Maldives, smiles under the flashes of paparazzi. Stories where Hande finally allowed herself to be not just an actress, but a woman truly in love. Unlike her past relationships, where she was closed off like a box with secrets, with Hakan, she wanted the whole world to know. Here he is, her man. Photos hugging, hints at the future, even talks about a wedding. This was her way of saying, I'm ready to open up. And then in August 2025, everything collapsed, like a set under the spotlights. They deleted all joint photos, unfollowed each other, blocked one another, and Turkey exploded with the question, has Hande returned to Hakan, or is this the end that can no longer be replayed? Today we are breaking down everything, down to the smallest shelves. The real reasons for the breakup, in which trust, unfulfilled marriage plans, and the harsh pressure from Hakan's mother Arzu intertwined. Their latest statements about each other, a full comparative list of exes for both. Why it was with Hakan that Hande first wanted complete publicity, unlike all previous relationships where she remained closed off. And the most important thing, can they be together now in April 2026? It all started quite quietly and unexpectedly in 2022. Hakan courted Hande for a long time and persistently, who after several painful romances was in no hurry to open her heart. She did not immediately believe in his feelings, but gradually a spark ignited between them. And then real openness. Joint trips around Europe, romantic dinners, appearances at events where they no longer hid from the paparazzi, and even cautious hints at serious plans for the future. For Hande, this was something new and very important. She, who had almost never shown her personal life before, suddenly began to show the world. Here he is, my man. Fans immediately noticed the difference and wrote in the comments, finally, she wants everyone to know. Finally, she is truly in love. This really stood out. With previous partners, she was much more closed off. She almost never posted joint photos, at most light hints in stories. And here she seemed to decide. With him, she could be completely open, vulnerable, and happy in front of the whole world. Officially, both still maintain dignity and almost never talk about the past. Hakan, in September 2025, in one of his rare comments, said shortly and in a manly way, "We had a beautiful relationship. We decided together to end it. There are no third parties. This is our personal decision." Hande answered questions from journalists about a possible reconciliation, even harsher and with noticeable fatigue. "I don't want to talk about it. These things are already empty." But behind the official phrases, the backstage of the Turkish show business and journalistic investigations paint a completely different picture, much deeper and more painful. The versions that literally exploded Turkey in the fall and winter of 2025 are still being discussed in every public and on every forum. The latest and most plausible version, which appeared in December 2025 from the respected journalist Müge Dastanli, concerns precisely trust and a possible betrayal. In the summer of 2025, during their joint vacation in Italy, a very serious, heavy conversation took place between Hande and Hakan. Hande suddenly felt that she could no longer fully trust him. Rumors and evidence of correspondence with his former beloved, the Chinese model Jocelyn Chu, surfaced. Hakan tried to explain everything and calm her down, but according to sources, he was unable to do it convincingly enough. Hande burst into tears, said everything that had accumulated, and made the decision to leave. It was not a loud drama with screams and scandals in the press, but a quiet, very adult, and therefore even more painful broken heart. The second, no less important reason is the classic story about marriage and the influence of the family, in particular Hakan's mother Arzu Sabanci. Hande clearly wanted a wedding, wanted stability and official status, while Hakan, despite all the beautiful gestures, constantly dragged out time. Arzu supposedly directly told her son, "Think again, son. Why did the Sabancı family, one of the oldest and most influential elite dynasties in Turkey, not see Hande as an ideal bride? Everything is simple and harsh. They are old blood, billionaires with enormous influence in business and politics. And Hande is an actress, a public figure, a woman from another world, with millions of subscribers, constant paparazzi, and the image of too bright, too noticeable a star. Plus, she is already over 30, and they wanted their son to finally settle down with a girl from his close circle." Arzu later publicly brushed it off. "We are family. They made the decision themselves. We just watched with a smile." But everyone saw the cold look at joint events, the restrained posts, and the atmosphere that spoke much louder than any words. As a result, Hande even blocked Arzu on social networks, and Hakan, in response, blocked Hande. A third group of rumors concerned direct infidelities and trust in the family in general, but Hakan always categorically denied everything. There were no infidelities. Now let's look at the list of exes, because the comparison here is very telling. Hande has always had a very selective approach to relationships. Her first serious love, Ekin Mert Daimaz, from 2015 to 2017, 2 years that began right on the set of the series Daughters of the Sun. Then a short story with Mehmet Dinçerler in 2017. Next, 3 years with Murat Dalkılıç from 2017 to 2020. They even almost reached the wedding. The loudest romance with Kerem Bürsin in 2020-21, her partner in the mega hit Knock on My Door. But even then, everything remained relatively private. A short episode with Kaan Yildirim. And finally, Hakan Sabanci from 2022 to 2025. An important point, Hande almost never posted joint photos with previous ones. At most, light hints. But with Hakan, she wanted exactly publicity. Travels, stories, everything in front of millions. As if she finally found the one with whom she could be completely open and not be afraid. Hakan's list is much longer and brighter, a real high society playboy. Among his exes are Ayşe Özyılmazel, Afra Özgen, Dila Pekdemir, Lara Surol, also known as Lara Molina, Asli Shah Alkoçlar, Didem Soydan, that very Jocelyn Chu, because of whom scandals later flared up, Merve Bolagor, Hadise, Serene Aktaş, Elif Sakucolu, Dila Tarkan, Rabia Soytürk, and several more models and actresses. Hakan has always chosen beautiful, famous ones, and interestingly, very similar in type to Hande. After the breakup, he was again linked to different girls, but nothing serious and long-term yet. Why did the family still not approve? The Sabancıs are not just rich people. This is real old blood of the Turkish elite. An actress with millions of subscribers, constant Instagram aesthetics, paparazzi behind her back. This is not the level of bride they saw for the heir. Plus, Hande's age and her independent public image. Arzu repeatedly hinted to her son that family is the most important thing. Hande felt this with every cell, and it hit her self-esteem and confidence in the relationship hard. Can they be together now in April 2026? As of today, definitely no. Since November-December 2025, they have completely unfollowed and blocked each other. Hande has cautiously but confidently begun a new chapter in her life. For several months now, she has been linked to the successful producer Onur Guvenatam from OGM Pictures. They were seen in London, appeared together at closed events, and when journalists directly asked Hande about the relationship, she answered with one beautiful Turkish word, "Kismet," which sounds like fate will decide, but I'm not against it. There are even rumors about a possible marriage proposal. Hakan is also not sitting idly by, but nothing serious and public yet. Hande's latest photos and videos show she is moving forward cautiously, but with a sincere smile. Fans write, she is finally free and happy. At the end of March, Hande and Hakan were involved in investigations in Turkey, where both defended each other and vouched for one another. Immediately, all the media spread rumors that the couple might reconcile and feelings would flare up again. But so far, this is all at the level of rumors. Of course, in Turkey, where everything can change in one day, nostalgia sometimes returns. But for now, the young lady is closed. The breakup was not a loud scandal, but a quiet, deep, and very painful one. That is exactly why it is still so actively discussed everywhere. Hande and Hakan are a classic example of the story, love against reality. She wanted openness, complete trust, and a ring on her finger. He wanted freedom and full approval from his family. In the end, both chose themselves. And this is probably the most correct decision for both of them. What do you think? Will they ever get back together when the dust settles? Or has Hande finally found the one who will truly value her, without looking back at the dynasty and old traditions? Write in the comments. Like if you want a continuation with reactions from stars and fresh details of this new chapter.